Signing on for today's lesson. And our quote for today is keep putting in the work, it will pay off. So, have you ever felt like a hamster on a hamster wheel? Like you were spinning your wheels and nothing was really happening, like you weren't really getting anywhere? I think a lot of times in life we have those kinds of experiences where we feel like we're steadily working towards something or trying to move towards something, but we don't see the evidence of the work that we're putting in. And it's in those times that we have to really push ourselves to keep going and not give up or throw in the towel. So, this is kind of sort of like a little bit of a continuation from yesterday's lesson. So when I was a little girl, and again, we all know that was almost 60 years ago, and you have to even be of a certain age to be able to relate to what I'm getting ready to tell you. But when I was a little girl, we had something called S&H green stamps and quality gold stamps. So if you're not at least 50, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you're at least 50, you will remember these stamps. And what would happen when you would go to the grocery store or wherever, these stores would give you, according to how much money you spent, they would give you stamps. And then these stamps you would take and put inside of a booklet. So a booklet would have like multiple blank pages in it, and you would have to put like so many stamps on each page in order to fill the page of the booklet. And then what would happen is you had catalogs that would have items in there that you would be able to buy with so many booklets of stamps. And these catalogs would have anything in there from clothing items to common household items like things for the kitchen. It would have like smaller pieces of furniture in it. It would have like dishes, all kinds of things. And so, just according to what you were wanting to buy, that would determine like how many stamps you would have to save. And so, you've heard me talk about my mom before. So, being raised by a single mom, so we didn't have a whole lot, but we always had what we needed. Hallelujah. And so one of the things that I would do as a child is I would save like S&H green stamps and quality gold stamps. And then I would use those booklets to buy gifts for my mom or to get gifts for my mom for her birthday, for Mother's Day, for Christmas. And I can remember as a little girl just feeling like it would take an eternity to fill one of those little booklets with those stamps because I felt like I was just collecting stamps, collecting stamps, collecting stamps. And looks like the book would never get full. And I can remember even to this day, like some of the gifts I bought for her. I remember buying her a hat one year, this white floppy hat with like the band. Okay, so that weird thing happened again where my video just freezes like right in the middle, and of course, I'm not starting over. So, what I was saying was that I remember buying her, getting her one year, this white floppy hat for one of those occasions, birthday, Mother's Day. It must have been birthday or Mother's Day because it was warm, and her birthday's in June. And it had this band around it, like a scarf band that you tie under your neck, like a really, really hideous looking hat. But she loved it and she wore it. And then another time I remember getting like a scarf and the same thing. And she never said like, oh my gosh, that's so ugly. Why did you buy it for me? Because again, if you know my mom, she always encouraged everything I did. And so she wore it and she wore it like proudly. But it was, now that I look back, it was like really, really ugly. And then one time, this was when I was really proud of myself and for just really kind of sticking with it and getting her a gift. I saved enough to get her like this little gold ottoman. And it was like an ottoman for her to like put her feet on while she watched TV. It took me a really long time to save up to get that one, but I finally had enough stamps to get it. But I can remember the joy I felt when I realized, like, hey, my hard work paid off. Saving all of those stamps, however long it took, just how much my work had paid off. And so that's something that we have to remember, that when we're putting in the work, we may feel like we're not getting anywhere, but if you keep putting in the work, eventually it will pay off. You will reach that goal, and that goal could be anything. It could be a personal goal of, hey, I'm trying to, lose so much weight and I feel like the numbers on the scale aren't moving. And then, boom, one day I look at the scale and the numbers have moved. Or I'm saving to try to get a house and I feel like things keep coming up. And no matter how much I try to save, I never really get to where I need to get. And then eventually I look at my bank account and there you are. I have enough to get that house that I wanted, or to put down payment for the house that I wanted, or some other goal. Perhaps, I'm studying real hard because I'm trying to get my GPA up to a certain level and it feels like it's not inching up high enough. And then eventually I look and the work that I've put in has really paid off and that GPA has come up. And, just a whole bunch of other examples that I'm sure you guys can think of where, again, you feel like you're putting in the work, but it's just not moving the needle. And so I want to encourage you to keep putting in the work. Keep saving up those S&H green stamps and those quality gold stamps, because eventually you'll have enough to get the prize that you want. And the joy and the excitement and the satisfaction that you will feel when that happens will make such a huge difference. Take it from somebody who knows. And especially if it's a goal that you set for yourself and you don't quite hit it when you expect to hit it, going back to the earlier lesson, don't give up. Don't use that as an excuse or a reason to give up. Keep moving forward, keep pushing. You'll eventually get to the goal you want. So that's our lesson for today. Keep putting in the work. It will pay off. Okay? So I hope that was helpful. Hashtag life lessons, hashtag listen and learn, hashtag words of wisdom. Signing off.